Okay, what up? This is your total master. Kaiser is a complete noob, so I hope he goes fuck himself. And this is the draw for the 1 vs 1 tournament. Never mind this. You have to put it in silent. Yeah, so we have 8 players, well, kind of 7 players, and 1 more match to be dealt with. And yeah, it's really exciting. Yeah, we're gonna have 4 more matchups. There is 1 block in this one. I'm the only lucky loser that is still over here for now, except if we need to bring another one. If any one of these players will drop, we will get another lucky loser in. But if it stays like this, we only have 1 blockage, that is myself and Bornin. We cannot face each other due to already previously playing together. Other than that, everything is free. Everyone can fight anyone. And yeah, you know how this works. I put this is now a test. We put this to 1 to 8 and I generate, and the number that we get, what the fuck is this? This is something new. So in this case Danny, and then we'll put this 1 to 7, and then it would be number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course we put Danny out, so Norway would be in that case number 4, and it would be Danny versus Captain Norway, but it is not meant to be because this was just a test. In case if we have at the last if we have 3 more people here and 2 of them are myself and Bornin, it goes in a way that basically if for example, the third person will get drawn in the third match. So the second player. Okay, let me start again. If 3 people are still in the pool, so including me and Bornin, and the third person gets drawn, then he automatically goes to being first seed of 4, because yeah, it's blocked in this round. Basically, I can only meet if it's gonna happen that me and Bornin get to the finals, we can only meet there. We can't meet before the final, but I'm gonna lose before that anyways, because yeah, just hope I haven't fucked up my microphone right now because I accidentally pulled it. Should be fine though. Wait, I can check 1 second. Okay, seems fine. So yeah, we're gonna start the draw. Looking at this, who I want to avoid, I think the one to avoid is Red Star, because he's probably the best one. I don't know what a good draw would be, to be honest, as well, because all the players are pretty good. I don't know how good Katarata is. He hasn't got any really good opponents, I think, so maybe he could be a winnable matchup for me, but he could be actually insane and being the best, because I don't know a lot about him, but yeah. Anyways, let's start now this officially. Let's see who will be the first player, in the seeded player in the first matchup. It is going to be Captain Norway. Captain Norway will be seeing who will be his opponent. I only wrote Norway because I'm lazy, but it's Captain Norway. So we put this to 1 to 7, and his opponent is going to be number 6, so Bornin. Okay, so we will not be having any block shenanigans because Bornin is already out, which means that all is good. I think this is a very interesting matchup. I think both extremely good players. It's going to be interesting who is going to come up on top. And let's go to the second match. In the second match is going to be Red Star. Please don't draw me. I don't want the fucking rematch of last year's semifinals because that was a total carnage. Please do not draw 4. YourTotalWarMaster, please do not fucking draw 4. If I draw 4, I'm gonna be so sad. Oh, okay, good. It's Katarata. So, well, bad luck, Katarata. You're facing versus the reigning champion. Which means that maybe I actually do have a chance of getting into the semis again and repeating my last year's. I mean, if I draw some other players, it's gonna be hard as well. I think all of these 3 possible, well, 4, because Ruben Z / Exodus, that match still hasn't finalized, so it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, okay. I mean, in some way, I would like to get Danny just because it's like a brotherhood battle. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like, if I need to pick out of these 3 players, I don't know who I'd want to. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard. Okay. Let's see. It is now okay. So we're gonna see who I'm gonna be facing. So it's myself versus. Let's see who it's gonna be. It is going to be Ruben Z / Exodus. Okay, it's gonna be an interesting matchup for sure. I do not know yet who I'm gonna be fighting, but it's either Ruben Z or Exodus. Now let's just to seeing who's going to be the seeded player and the non-seeded player between Danny and Tutush. They're the last matchup. Tutush is going to be the seeded player, although I don't think it actually makes any difference in this case because we're going to be bidding again. So yeah, these are the matchups. Relatively interesting. I think the most interesting one is probably the first one. I think Captain Norway versus Bornin is probably the best one if you ask me. But we'll see. By the way, the map is going to be in Britannia. It's going to be Scotland versus Ireland with massive balance changes. And Scotland will lose some territory. Ireland will get some territory. Ireland is going to be having better troops. It is also going to be AR only. Actually, no, it's going to be AR plus MR versus AI. that makes sense. So basically, versus humans, you can only auto resolve. Versus versus what's it called? AI, you can manually resolve. If I have to make predictions, I would say Born in, Red Star, myself, and Danny Alex. These are my predictions. You guys can write your predictions if you want. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. I'm super happy about the first one. The first one seems like I don't know. It looks extremely interesting. Um, I'm most excited about the first matchup. Captain Norris is born, and I think that's the best one. Probably second one is Tutus versus Danny. I think that one's gonna be quite kind of close as well. And I can't decide because I don't know how good Katarata is, because like Red Star would walk over like 98% of people. I don't know how good Katarata is, so maybe he's part of that 2% of people. But just because of statistics, I would say that my matchup is going to be the third most interesting, and Red Star versus Katarata the fourth more interesting, because Red Star is just extremely good, and Katarata is, I will say, unproven, but could be insanely good, because it's always hard for me to say, about these players who I haven't fought against much, and we haven't seen them fight the best players. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Thank you very much for watching this short stream. As said, the quarterfinals are going to be played on Britannia. It's going to be Ireland versus Scotland. And yeah, good luck to all the players.